Yep.
What do you think about those lights? Better?
Right here. I can lower it.
That's fine. But they need those lights on, right?
Yeah, that'll look
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Okay.
That way you want
You know what I mean? Yeah. We don't have to. Stand here. Stand here. What do you think?
Hello and good morning. Welcome to the 2017 Kindergarten ABC Fashion Show. Before we start, we'd just like to thank all of the well, all of you, because we cannot do any of this without you. So thank you very much for volunteering your time or your energy, everything, bringing in baked goods and coffee and all of that. So that's just one less thing that we have to worry about. So we really appreciate that. So thank you very much. All right, and without further ado, we are going to start our fashion show.
Here comes the letter A. Meet Amelia, the all-American alligator with a U-shaped snout, appearing green and bumpy and always out and about. Advancing her adventures by sprawling on her abdomen, awaiting for something appetizing as her afternoon arises. Amelia felt unloved and apprehensive until she approached Alfie the seahorse, who was so attractive. An adorable seahorse who admires the rock and roll, allowing their acquaintanceship to advance all day long as their affection rose. An abundance of apples were high on their agenda. Please applaud for Amelia, the American alligator, as she ambled down the runway.
Thank you, Amelia. Next up, letter B. Be bewildered as Brooke, the bellissima, comes on stage as a brilliant, beautiful, and brave ballerina from the borough of Bethlehem in Bermuda Island. Brooke can break it down as she bounces a ball while wearing barely colored ballet shoes and a bright burgundy bow. The best, Brooke's favorite day is Boomerang Day. Brooke puts on her ballerina dress and throws her boomerang across the blossoming banks. Let's not be gone before breaking the news to you that Brooke is the best at putting a big book on her head as she tries to balance her body on the bar with her ballerina besties, Betsy and Bella. Wave bye-bye as Brooke the bellissima performs beautifully down the runway. Thank you, Brooke. We have another letter B. Bouncing onto stage straight from Bethlehem is Beach Bum Bryce. Bryce enjoys basking in the golden sun and boating on the blue ocean waves. Bryce is always busy. You will find him on the beach with his beach towel, filling his bucket, bouncing his beach ball, all while chewing bubble gum and hanging out with his bunches of boisterous buddies. Watch out as Bryce blows down the runway. Watch that towel, beach bum. Thank you, Bryce.
Here comes the letter C. Cooper. Cruising on stage is Cooper, the cute CrossFit coach. Coach Coop trains crocodiles, cats in the Caribbean. Cool Coach Coop is crazy about cardio, curling crisp carrots, and cucumber cupcakes. While carpooling in a canoe, he can carry, catch, and carve cool characters onto a coconut and cannonball into the cold lake. Clap for Coach Cooper as he cartwheels down the runway. Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Here comes the letter D. Don't dare deny this dazzling and darling dancer, Dulcie. She is a dreamer who loves daisies. She dances in downtown Dover, Delaware with her doll, Dahlia. They will delight you with their diamonds. Please drum up some applause as Dulcie dances down the runway. Nice job, Dulcie.
Next up, the letter E. Entering on stage and eating an English muffin is Ethan, the enthusiastic and energetic Eagles fan. Isn't Ethan endearing? Ethan is carrying his eager eagle named Zach Ertz, who is holding an Easter egg. Ethan has earphones in his ears and is listening to the Eagles fight song. He will enter Hanover Elementary School, take the elevator, exit on the 11th floor, and go to the gym where he will exercise for 80 minutes until he is exhausted. Ethan says, "Go Eagles!" Sorry, Mr. Lynch. Give Ethan a big "Go Eagles" as he eagerly enters the runway. Thank you, Ethan. And now, erupting onto the stage is Elizabeth as Ellie the elephant. Let's get an eyeful as Ellie elegantly enters the room. Ellie is from England, where she enjoys eating eclairs and eggs. She excels at essays and is enormously excited to be examining experiments of Einstein. Let's all wave as Ellie elaborately enters the runway and then exits east of the stage. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Here comes the letter F. Feast your eyes on Avery, dressed as Felicity, the friendly fox from faraway France. On Fridays, she likes to frolic in the field to find flowers and fireflies. How fun! For dinner, she feasts on fresh fish from the farmer's market with her friend Fiona. Fantastic work, Avery. Now fly on down the runway. Thank you, Avery. Here comes Tristan. Here comes fireman Tristan and his ferocious, fluffy friend Marcos as they fearlessly fight fires. Flames are fanned by their frenzied winds. For fun, fireman Tristan goes fishing frequently. Fireman Tristan, please go foot first down the runway. Nice job, Tristan.
Letter G. Greetings to Elin, dressed as Gertrude, the generous German girl from Georgetown, Galapagos Islands. She gets a kick out of gardening with her giggly giraffe, Jeffrey, and gambles only in glittery gowns while eating German gummy bears. Groups of all genders and geographical origin, as well as Lady Gaga, glorify her for her generous geometry skills and gasp for air as she defies gravity doing gymnastics. Gather around and say your goodbyes to Gertrude as she gallantly gallops down the runway into the glorious galaxy. Thank you, Elin.
Here comes the letter H. Happily hopping on stage, dressed as a hat lady, is Mia Hawks from the hills of Hanover Township. She likes her handbags, hair bands, hair brushes, and other hair accessories. Her high heels help her to hop around with her hula hoop friends. Give a holler for Mia as she hustles down the runway. Great job, Mia.
Letter I. Isabel, the incredible Icelandic princess, comes from the island of sparkling icicles. Her reindeer friends Iggy and Igor helped to bring this illustrious leader in fashion to today's show. Isabel illuminates the runway in her impressive princess outfit. Her ensemble is inspiring to all who dare to imagine themselves in this spring's signature color, indigo. Watch as she improvises down the runway to make sparkles on her suit twinkle. Thank you, Ameline.
Here comes the letter J. Wandering on stage is Jaslyn Joy, dressed as Princess Jasmine. On her journey from Japan, she likes jumping like a jelly bean while jamming to the beats from her jukebox. Jazzy is jovial while wearing her jewels. Wave to Jaslyn as she jams on down the runway. Thank you, Jaslyn.
We have another letter J. Jogging up on stage is Jax, dressed as James the Jolly Jazz Man from Jackson, Mississippi. He loves to juggle in January while drinking juice, but prefers to jump outside with his buddies Jimmy, Jake, and Julia in July. Cheer for James the Jazz Man as he does a jig down the runway. Thank you, Jackson.
Here comes the letter K. Kitty Cat Kaylin is coming down the catwalk. She enjoys flying kites, eating Kit Kat bars, and tying knots in her nights. She is from Kansas City and is kind and kind of silly too. Everyone give a colossal kindergarten welcome for Kitty Cat Kaylin as she canters down the runway. Thank you, Kaylin. Here comes Christina. Kick your feet up, kiddos, as Christina takes the stage while kindly sending kisses. Christina's key for keeping her kingdom of kites in Kitetown is her karate chopping kangaroo. He eats up her disgusting kale and ketchup chips for her as she kayaks down the runway. Nice job, Christina. Woo! Here comes the letter L. Lefairy, the lion, lazily lollygags onto stage while licking large lollipops. He loves to laugh and play with Liam and Luke, his lucky lizards in luxurious Louisiana. Look as he lifts his lunch, loaded with ladyfingers, lobster, lettuce, and lemonade. Let's clap our hands together for Lefairy as he leaps on down the runway. Great job, Lefairy.
Another letter L. We have leaping onto stage, Lucia, dressed as Lulu, the little laughing lion that lives in La La Loopsy Land. She likes laying around in her lemon lime lollipop dress with lavender leggings. Listen as Lulu the lion laughs loudly with her friends Laura and Layla. Show Lulu some loud cheers as she leaps down the runway. Thank you, Lucia.
Marching on stage is the mysterious Madison, the movie star from Maui. She marvels over her millions of monkeys, making mud pies under the moonlight every Monday. Madison munches on marshmallows with her friends Mickey and Minnie. Motion to Madison as she meanders down the runway. Nice job, Madison.
Letter N. Welcome, Naomi, the nice nurse who navigates the runway with her nifty style. She loves to wear 9 necklaces at a time, and she lives in northern Nebraska. Naomi enjoys nutritious foods like nuts, nectarines, and nachos. As Naomi is nearing the end of the runway, the narrow runway, give her a nod so we know you're not napping. Thank you, Naomi.
Here comes another letter, N. Next up is Nicholas, the nimble ninja, known in his neighborhood as Nocturnal Nicky. He naps for 9 hours at noon. Nicky's northern nemesis is the necktie-wearing nectarine nibbler who never shares. At night, Nicky negotiates with the nibbler to share his nutritious nectarine. Now the neighbors will get natural nourishment. Let's not disappoint Nicholas as he negotiates his way down the runway. Thank you, Nicholas. Here comes the letter O. Owen the owl always outsmarts other owls. The ostrich and octopus say ooh at the old owl's outstanding observations. Only the old owl can outwit them all. Oh, let's let out an obnoxious ovation as Owen the owl sets off down the runway. Nice job, Owen.
Next up is letter P. Hang on 1 second. Next up, we'll do letter Q. Let me present Queen Beatrice and her pet duck that goes quack. Queen Beatrice has a quart-sized makeup bag. Every time Queen Beatrice puts on her makeup, her duck goes quack. The more makeup she puts on, the more the Queen's duck goes quack. Watch as Queen Beatrice quickly and quietly heads on down the runway. Thank you, Beatrice. And next up, we have letter P. Pablo Peter Paul, the Portuguese painter penguin, puts paintbrushes, pencils, pens, and a palette in a precariously patterned painting pouch. Pablo pleasantly paints profuse papers with peppers, pumpkins, peas, plums, peaches, and pears. Pablo periodically performs picture paintings in profound parks and plazas. Peer at Pablo as he paints down the runway. Thank you, Pablo.
Here comes the letter R. Rapper Rasan rushes on stage ready to perform his rhythmic rhymes. He rocks the house with his rowdy beats, and his radiant chain is always worn around his brain, even in the rain. So sit back and relax to this remarkable song and press repeat as Rasan rocks on down the runway. Good job, Rasan. Here comes the letter S. Standing smartly with his soccer ball on stage is Axel, stylishly dressed as Superman. Swimming in the salty sea, spying scary sharks in the scorching sun, and scootering on the sandy sidewalk on Sundays was so satisfying. Sharing a sincere smile was his strategy for securing sweet-smelling strawberries and snacks. Shocked to see a snail squirming on his stinky shoe, he shouted, "Stop!" Swoosh went Superman as he soared into the sky. But please, first, Superman Axel, saunter down the runway.
And we have another letter S. Strutting her stuff on stage is the sleepyhead Sophia from Stay for Estates, showcasing her swanky satin sleepwear while sipping her strawberry skim milk in her favorite Sophia the First cup. When not in slumber, snug as a bug, she enjoys soccer, swimming, singing, and swaying to the sounds of show tunes. See Sophia as she sweetly and sleepily saunters down the runway. Next up, we have letter T. Trotting on stage, we have the terrific Tyler Tanis. Tyler enjoys trying to teach turtles tongue twisters in a toga while eating tacos sitting in a tree. Turn your attention to Tyler as he trots down the runway. Thank you, Tyler. Letter U. This unbelievable umpire is anything but unlucky. Growing up in Utah, he can uncover any upswing or up curve thrown in the universe. He can usually up-throw an upwards ball coming up front from the upfield. Johnny Ump understands this unique game unliked by many. Let's unmask this not unloved umpire wearing his Under Armour uniform as he does a U-turn down the runway. Thank you, John.
Here comes the letter V. Victoria, the vibrant violet viper from Venus, is as vicious and as venomous as can be. She loves volatile volcanoes and vacationing in Virginia and Vermont. She has a ferocious appetite for various vegetables and vanilla ice cream. She never goes anywhere without her vase of violets. Let's clap very nicely as Victoria voyages down the runway. Great job, Victoria. Here comes the letter W. Welcome, Weatherman Weaver from West Virginia. As he shows us his weather map, a white winter wonderland is expected in winter Wisconsin. Wheatland, Wyoming is having a warm weather with temperatures of 102. In Waterville, Washington, some wet and windy weather is wandering through. Wish Weatherman Weaver well as he walks down the runway. Great job, Ethan.
Letter X. This is Xander Zhang, the extra exceptional X-ray examiner from Exeter, New Hampshire. He is carrying his X-ray from his exciting excursion to excavate xenoliths in Exalfa, Mexico, with his pet xenopus. He enjoys playing the xylophone, eating Chex Mix, and hosting extraterrestrial extravaganzas. Xander, exit down the runway. Thank you, Bryce. Letter Y. Here is Raiden dressed as Yogi, the yo-yo champion from Yellowstone. Yogi's favorite food is yogurt. Yummy. He dislikes yams. Yuck. Yogi drives a Yaris to yoga and yields on yellow. Yoga makes him yawn. Yogi wears his Yoda shirt all year long. Yesterday, he yodeled with a young yak in his yard. The neighbors yelled, "Yay!" Let's see Yogi yodeling hee-hoo down the runway.
Next up is the letter Z. I am a Met, the zebra from Zimbabwe. I wear a black and white striped coat. I like running and zigzagging. I also enjoy grazing and eating zucchini. Here comes a Met zipping down the runway. Nice job, Met.
This year, we added a couple special digraphs to our alphabet. If you're unfamiliar, a digraph is two letters that come together to make one sound. So our first digraph is the CH digraph that goes ch. Charlotte is dressed as a cheerleader from the Roaring Cheetahs and is from Chicago, Illinois. She loves cheering for the children and smiles from cheek to cheek when the Roaring Cheetahs win the state championship. Later, Charlotte eats a snack of cheese, cherries, and chocolate chip cookies. Her chore is to take her pet chihuahua and chicken for a walk. Charlotte hopes to visit China and play checkers while chewing gum. Cheer for Charlotte as she charges down the runway. Our next digraph is SH put together to say Here comes Shannon Schneck rushing down the aisle. Shannon likes the shore. She likes to wear short sleeves and shorts. She collects shells that are the same shape to share with her friends, Shane and Shelly. She's not shy, and she loves shamrock pie. Look at Shannon as she goes shimmering and shining down the runway. Thank you, Shannon, aka Chloe.
Next up is the next digraph, TH, that makes that sound as in thumb. There he is, Thomas Campos, thumb wrestler extraordinaire. Beneath his threads is a thoughtful thinker, unique as his thumbprint. An athlete and part-time author of truth, theory, and ethics. He also has a bright, toothy smile. He thrives on thumb wrestling and throws down 3 thermoses of water when thirsty. No one can steal his thunder when he is on the path of mighty strength. There for you through thick and thin. Thank you all 1,000 times. Throw your hands up and give a thunderous clap for Thomas as he thunders down the runway. Nice job, Thomas.
And finally, we have our last digraph, which is PH. Hold the phone as we meet Dr. Philip, the philanthropic physician and physicist. Philip is a Phi Beta Kappa who studied in Philadelphia with the finest PhDs in pharmacology and pharmacokinetics. Philip's philosophy for fun is frolicking in phys ed, watching Phineas and Ferb, flipping Phil Collins and Fish records on his daddy's phonogram, and flying his phantom drone in Phillipsburg. Philip fancies photography. In fact, Philip followed pheasants flying to the Philippines and photoed the flowering flocks of Phoenix, which famously made the cover of Phytogeography Today. Finally, Philip is a phenomenal magician, performing fantastic illusions, filling, not spilling, water cups as the great Filippini. Say farewell to Philip and his photogenic pet stick bug Phyllis, the Phlasmatoptera, who he befriended while fixing fences in Phillipsburg as he floats down the runway. Fabulous job, Philip. Come on down. Okay, so we have a couple of songs that we would like to perform for you, but we need a minute to just get into our concert order, so just hang tight. I know it's a little warm in here, but we will be back in about 2 minutes.
That's all right. It goes in that little field. So it's very skinny, like I don't feel like running there. I'm going this way.
Come on, you can fit right here.
I don't think I fit that. Just to be safe, I will go this way.
If you have a good iPhone, then you put it in your I don't know, I think Steve maybe. Why? You won that took you feel now? Yeah. Call it your name. After that, I think they take you to rally and said Danielle. Seriously. Did they call you? I thought I heard that crazy, but when they said it, they was like, I thought I heard your name. I never called that. I never called that. Just like that, I was on that on May 10th, the Hanover, and I was sending this at least I think I heard your name. I didn't hear Danielle. Okay. I think I know if you, I mean, I just know if you laughed, you just got up and did, right. You know, we left at like 7 Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I okay if I stand up? I'm trying to move it skinny here for a second. Suck it in. Is that good? They just want to see your smiling faces, don't they?
All right, so we're gonna sing 3 songs. An oldie but a goodie, a new favorite, and a brand new. Our first one didn't need any introduction because I'm sure you remember that from the winter program. Our next song is one they've grown quite fond of. It's a popular one with the young ones. It's called Space Worms. You all know about earthworms, so now you're going to learn about space worms. Crouch down.
this morning on my mind. I'm sure I think we might taste these words. Space birds, flying out of sight. Space birds, rock and rock, and they like to do the space bird walk. Out in space, but the stars shine bright. Bigger and bigger than they swimming all night. Now and then you can hear them kiss, and the kissing sounds like this. The kissing sounds like this. The kissing sounds like this. Space birds flying night. Space birds flying outside. Space birds, wild and hot, and they like to do the space bird walk. Down on Earth where the grass is green, space birds go and want to be seen. Now and then you can hear them kiss, and their kissing sounds like this. Their kissing sounds like this. Their kissing sounds like this. Space birds flying night. Space birds flying outside. Space birds, wonderful, and they like to do the space bird walk. When they're hungry and want to eat, they never chew on their hollow teeth. Now and then you can hear them sit, and the singing sounds like this. Their singing sounds like this. Their singing sounds like this. Space birds flying in the night. Space birds flying outside. Space birds, fly, and they like to do the space bird walk. Here we go, everybody, like a space bird, do the space bird walk.
And our last song is called, what's it called? The Ordinary Wheel.
Out of the ordinary we are. Out of the ordinary we are. Out of the ordinary we are. Like a brand new shining star. Like a brand new shining star. We're not ordinary. You will see. Out of the ordinary we are. Out of the ordinary we are. Out of the ordinary we are. Like a brand new shining star. Like a brand new shining star. we're not ordinary. You will see.
How about another round of applause for kindergarten? All right, please have a seat real quick. How about that? Oh my goodness, how cute was that? We worked really hard. So boys and girls, I would like to thank you for doing such a great job. It was a fabulous show. Parents, thank you for all those really wonderful tongue twisters. It was really fun to practice those. We couldn't have done this without Mrs. Spang and Mrs. Millette in the background. They helped get the kids going. Also, Miss Mason helped. So thank you, Mrs. Millette and Mrs. Spang. Were wonderful volunteers in the classroom this year. And thank you for the help with the next thing that we're going to talk about is they're all about me books. So every year, you will see that Hanover students write and publish their own books. So next year they'll do one and so on and so forth. And in kindergarten, they wrote a really cool book about themselves because they're really cool. So we worked really hard on this book. This book is not easy to put together. It takes a lot of time and effort. So I'd like to thank all of my parent volunteers that helped get those together. And same with Mrs. West, helped us type them. Mrs. Furman and Mrs. Stein for binding them, laminating them. That is a huge help. And just anyone that had anything to do with it. Oh, and before I forget, Mr. Connolly, thank you so much for incorporating technology into our classrooms and coming here. This was streaming live, so it will be on my YouTube channel. So boys and girls, if you want to watch it over and over again over the summer, just go ahead on my YouTube channel. If you're bored at the doctor's office or whatever, you can put on the fashion show and watch it again. So anyway, back to the books. We did take a lot of time and effort putting these together. So what we're going to do is we're going to hand out your All About Me books, and we would like to have your child read them to you. And then once they're finished reading it, if you're in my class, I would like those books back. Don't worry, I'll send them home today. But I want to do one quick thing with them. So I would like the books back, and then you're welcome to help yourself to the fabulous refreshments that we have. Do you want your books back, or can they take them? Okay, Mrs. Westcott. Once I get the microphone, okay. So Mrs. Westcott, you can just take those with you. And also, we have stars as their decorations. You can find yours and take that with you also. Oh, Mr. Mike, our custodian. We couldn't have done it without him either. I drove him crazy today, and he helped with the parking. And so, Mr. Mike, if you can hear us, thank you. All right, so we'll hand out the books. Boys and girls, you're going to find your parent or someone here that loves you. Read the book to them.